If you go Stargate and you can expand around 9 minutes, 9 minutes 30 seconds, you should be more than fine.
Yes, sir.
Don't be so.
You are exactly right.
We had some things falling down in the studio, but no worries, guys. We're still alive, and we are ready to cast game number 3. Oh, Ben, you know, today, of course, we have 4 matchups, and in all matchups, there was at least 1 Zerg. Actually, there is only 1 Zerg. We do not have a single ZVZ. Some people said, I think 4 Zergs are going to make it. So far, Ben.
So far, we're 1 for 1.
Yes.
And possibly soon to be 2 for 2. I have a hard time betting against Hyun, and man, the Muslim versus Sin is a very, very difficult match for the Muslim.
It's good to happen. At least tomorrow we have a TVT. That's good news.
I'll tell you this. I've been betting against the Muslim all season. I've been wrong all season. I'm not going to bet against him tonight.
I did not bet against him tonight either. I believe in my boy, man. He's fit right now. He's getting fierce. His mind is in a good place.
You know what? I really agree with you. I think for the first time ever, we're seeing like a very Zen to Muslim. He's just like
he found peace.
I think he just like sits on a cushion every morning and like meditates and like hums just a hum. Medevac.
Like he's praying towards London or towards Nottingham where he grew up.
plus 1 timing. Don't forget Stimpack.
All right, guys. Focusing on game number 3 between Violet and Alicia. Once more, guys. This is a big game for Alicia as well. It might not have been as big as the game for Arthur, but still, it's a big game. He could definitely use some success as well, as he's been surrounded by drama, and I'm sure that Alicia would love to do nothing more than just to put that drama behind him. Ooh, we're gonna have to see this opening, man. This is something. Who's pro player who kept doing this?
This is Parting.
Ah.
Puts the Forge in his main base. For.
Oh yeah, we casted a couple of his games at BWC. Ah, so we might see some Immortal Sentry play?
It's not out of the question.
How much soul do you think he has?
I don't think anyone has as much soul as Parting.
Parting doesn't think so.
Parting is so ridiculous. Parting said in his interview after he beat Suppy 3-2 that did you watch this interview?
No.
I laughed really hard when I heard this, and also I was like a little sad for Suppy. Parting said that Suppy was blind countering the Immortal all-in, and it hurt his Korean pride, so he just attacked anyway, and that's why he lost 2 games.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what?
He was like,
What
yeah,
sense does it make?
he was blind countering me, so I was like, well, I'm Korean, I'm just gonna attack anyway.
He is like, he really is a lot about his whole soul thing, and the soul and pride.
Yeah.
And putting his heart into it. Man, Parting is a deep guy. I would love to go drinking once with Parting.
Yeah, he's a deep guy, and he has deep pockets now.
Yeah,
After that BWC championship, $100,000, unbelievable.
It's like winning 2 GSLs.
Yeah, it's like winning 3 NASLs.
Well, ask Puma how does it feel.
Yeah.
Almost Puma.
I think Puma's probably earned $100,000 from the North American Star League at this point in his career.
I think so.
Probably pretty close to that.
Yes.
Between the show matches and the the earnings he's made winning throughout the season.
He played in one of the NASL Sunday Showdowns as well. Was it against Sasa and didn't he lose that?
Yes, I think it was. And it was a really nice series, and Sasa ultimately came out on top.
So we see Violet just steadily going up to 3 bases right now, making sure there are no probes on the map as you see these Zerglings chasing this little probe around. 7 score being wiped in, so far everything is standard. No +1 yet, man. He has the gas for it, so I'm starting to get a Stargate feeling. But I might be wrong.
Could be, might be, maybe. Still no. What you gonna do with all that gas?
And where are you gonna put it? We see both extractors going down.
Stargate it is. Good call.
Yep.
Nicely done. Violet taking his gases in his natural. This is something that I really, really advocate Zerg players. Why take the gas in your natural, Kev?
Idra also always does it, right?
I think most of the really top Zerg players are doing it these days. And the reason for this is because for Protoss, it's very difficult to scout the main base. You can't really walk a probe up into the main with queens out, but you can get a good look in the natural. If you see that the natural has no gases, you know that you're not playing against any sort of super fast, crazy, weird layer build or infestor build. But if you see 2 gases in the natural, you have to also assume that it's possible for there to be 2 gases down in the main. It's just one more way to keep your opponent in the dark about what you're doing.
Small things that matter, man. And you know what's one more good reason to do it?
Because it looks cool.
No. You will like this reason.
Okay.
We've never thought of it, but because like in the start of the game, you're gonna get 16 drones here, and after 16 drones, you can already rally them all down to your natural.
And then you don't even have to change the rally point.
You don't have to do it. You can just keep it there, man.
It's like, oh man, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? Mind blown.
I mean, it's funny when you talk about just seeing a couple, gas geysers can make a difference. But on the other side of things, how important is it that Zerg scouts a Protoss player's gas? If you see at this point in the game that Protoss still hasn't taken the 2 gases in his natural, you can pretty much assume a gateway all-in is coming. So I mean, it's amazing the amount of information that you can obtain just by knowing how much gas your opponent's mining. It's quite silly.
I must say, Ben, my Protoss heart is still crying a little bit of that 7 gate from Arthur we saw earlier today. God, that was one-sided.
It really changed
and
everything. Like, it was a massive momentum
You remember
shift.
how strong that used to be? And how damn weak that looked right now? Like, that looked... I don't know, I have no words for it, how weak it looked.
Well, to be fair, Warp Gate used to be much faster than it is now.
Yeah, 20 or 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 I think.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Overlord is going to fly in right now. Did not see the Phoenixes yet, but he will see them real soon. He's still going to take quite a bit of damage from it, as there's not a single Spore Crawler yet. But of course, guys, there are Evolution Chambers out on the map, as you see +1 being researched. Phoenixes did get spotted right now by these links, so we see the spores going down immediately.
Alicia's continuing his Phoenix production, not stopping at 4.
I like that.
Look what Violet does that we saw other Zerg players not do. He immediately moves all of his queens to stand next to the spores. This is so basic and so important and so easily overlooked. A tiny thing, but because of it, one Phoenix has taken so much damage already. I mean, it's not going to end up dying, but if the Phoenixes had been 2 seconds slower, that queen stays alive.
So far, pretty good Phoenix harass though, Ben.
Yeah, I would say excellent Phoenix harass at this point.
He decided to just go for a lot of probes. I'm still kind of figuring out, Ben, when it's worth to lift up probes or where you want to save a little bit of your energy and try to pick up more queens. But you see right now that Alicia just said, "Oh, I'm just going to wipe in as many...
yeah, I'm going to
pick up as many probes as possible." Drones. Man, my brain is just dead today.
Violet has accidentally put 4 drones on gas, but it works out. Alicia helps him out, kills the extra one.
Not a super quick turret base from Alicia over here, but it's still reasonably quick. During all this, he's getting +1 armor, he's getting a Robo Bay and a Twilight Console. This means that he's going to be incredibly low on units. If Violet would decide right now to produce an insane amount of Roach Steel links, I think it would be so tough for Alicia to hold.
I agree with you, but we can see that Violet's not actually doing that. Violet's taking the other approach. He's taken the make drones until it goes out of style approach. And drones have been in style longer than blue jeans.
Mom jeans?
Blue jeans.
But you know mom jeans?
Mom jeans?
Yeah, like the ugly blue jeans.
I kind of feel like my jeans today are mom jeans. I was telling my girlfriend about it. Like, these are like my least favorite jeans. I was like, I feel like these are jeans that my mom would steal from me.
No, they're not like the real mom jeans. The real mom jeans are like this ugly blue, almost whitish color. They're very big. I don't know. This is no model in them.
My mom and my sister are so funny, dude. We see Immortal getting caught out in the middle of the map.
No, force! Whoa! Wow! Oh my God, that would have been the coolest Immortal save of all time. It's like moonwalking, like out of the force. Michael Jackson, Thriller music is playing in the back. He has to be so careful right now, Ben. There are infestors out on the map already. 4 even. If you get Fongwood above a Spore Crawler, you're going to take so much damage.
Just picking up a couple more drones, and
he's
going to...
cancel.
Oh, no! 3 out of 5 ain't bad.
Not at all.
Catching most of those Phoenixes, and he's going to kill every one of them. Now I can tell my mom's story.
Well, that was a pretty expensive loss. I would have loved to see him keep those Phoenixes alive, and I think his push would be so much stronger with 5 Phoenixes in the mix. But because then you can force the fight much better. You can push the issue. The moment that a Zerg wants to drop Fongos and sort of fall back, you can just lift up those infestors, like we see Rain always do. That's why I love his PvZ so much. And if you only have 2 Phoenixes, that's not as scary. A Zerg is never going to give up 5 infestors. Then they are going to fight. So I'm a little bit sad that he just lost 3 out of 5 Phoenixes. But yes, go ahead. Mom story. Mom jeans.
So, talking about mom jeans. I was hanging out with my mom and my sister once. And
just once? Wow. That's a sad childhood.
One time, in not even my childhood, I was like in my 20s.
Oh my God. Ben, you orphan boy.
I was out with my mom and my sister. And my mom is the kind of person, you'll meet my mom this Christmas. I'm actually really excited. You're going to like my mom. But like, she is incredibly outspoken. If she sees something that she does not like, she's going to let you know about it. So we saw somebody that was wearing some pants that were maybe a little bit too form-fitting. A large person, she had too much booty in the pants, Kev.
There's nothing wrong.
And my mom was like, that is just disgusting. I can't believe that this lady is walking around with pants that. She has no business wearing pants like that. She was very angry about it. And my sister looks at my mom all snarky. She's like, at least she has a butt, Mom. My mom got so mad. God, you should not talk to your mother like that. They interact in a very fun
people
way.
in the south. You're funny.
Man, when I go home, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna get my redneck friends to cast a StarCraft match. It's gonna be amazing. You will never have heard anything so incredible
I actually look forward to
as my redneck friends casting StarCraft. You guys, the world is not ready.
The 2-2 upgrades are already ready for Violet though, man. This push is looking quite scary from Alicia, but still, 11. I don't know. He's gonna need some more. He has to be maxed out. Only then it could potentially work, and it will all come down to the fungals. And once more, how awesome would the 5 Phoenixes be right now? Soak up damage from these Corruptors. Lift up Infestors. I have a hard time imagining that like he can break this.
And we're gonna see the Colossi are the important kind of factor here.
There's a lot of charge loss as well. Wow, 30. Ben, 30.
That's actually pretty sick. Now, if you can fungal those zealots while they're clumped up, they're going to die very quickly. But if they charge, if they spread out,
then it's going to be harder, and they're going to soak up a lot of damage from these spine crawlers as well. Ben, this is that's a great
that is exactly
fungal.
the kind of fungal that you need in Violet's situation. A lot of zealots do still come forward. More good fungals are going to go down. But these zealots have taken some pretty heavy damage. Corruptor's trying to kill the Colossi and doing a great job of it. Every Colossus will fall.
Violet is losing a lot of units as well, though. These infested Terrans are going to be what keeps him alive right now. Alicia is just going to back off, waiting for them to expire. How many infested do we have left? We have 9, but how much? There's barely any energy.
No energy at all.
The moment that these bad boys expire, that might actually be the window.
If Alicia goes right now, then he might be able to make something happen. But we've got 100 Zerglings about to spawn. We've got a Greater Spire finishing up and a ton of Corruptors.
So it's going to be 100 links with 2-2 upgrades. Adrenal Glands is almost ready. There are still a few Spine Crawlers and still a couple of Infested Terrans. All or nothing right now for Alicia.
Lings are going to stream in. Archons and Zealots are going to do so much damage. Wow, look how good these Zerglings are. Unbelievable.
Adrenal Glands, man.
Spine Crawlers repositioning might buy Violet the time. He needs to get these Broodlords out. Even if he... Oh my god, he's not going to lose the hatchery. I do not believe this.
6 Broodlords are morphing and they are almost ready. Violet will hold quite convincingly even.
Just
21 army supply right now.
Incredible play from Violet. How does he hold there? Just choosing all the right fights in the game sense that this kid has. Like, I would have never thought that even 100 Lings would do that well there. Broodlords are out now, and there is nothing in the army of Alicia that copes with Broodlords. He is so dead right now.
He is dead in the water. This Archon will fall as well. These Zealots and Stalkers are just going to get swarmed. One Colossus is going to join in the fray. Will kill a lot of these Lings, but does it really matter?
Yeah, that's probably not that much. As more Broodlords being more Corruptors coming out. Very gung-ho Colossus comes and steps off.
17 Stalkers still, but...
Whoa, don't go there, Zerglings. That is a danger zone.
During all this, guys, very important to notice, no fort base has ever gone up for Alicia. So Alicia's going to have to win right here, right now. Blinks forward. Actually, a pretty decent blink. Going to kill 2 Broodlords immediately. But this is the biggest problem right now.
Yeah, Violet just handles everything perfectly. Backs the Broodlords up. Lets the Spine Crawlers do work on the Stalkers. And is just going to continue to bide his time as he gets out more of those critical units, more Corruptors, more small Broodlords.
I like the positioning of those Broodlords. It's kind of hard to spot them. It's like you think like, oh, there are only 4. It's like, oh, 5. Oh, 6, 7. You're like idling above the drones.
One thing that I don't understand why Zerg players haven't started doing this yet is taking all of their Overlords and having them follow a Broodlord, because that makes it almost impossible to right-click on the Broods.
TLO has done it a few times.
Yeah, he's shown it, and he's shown that it's been good, but no one does it. No one's tried to take advantage of that. And I think
we see 9 more Broodlords. Sorry.
Look at the changeling holding the Zonaga Tower.
What's
up, guys? I got this.
Not anymore.
I think that's really cool. That infestor was talking his ways. He's like, hey, you think I can hit the Zonaga Tower with an infested Terran? Like, nah.
Let me shoot the baseball.
You want to bet?
Oh my god, LeBron James. It's him. Always wins. Just now when Alicia realized he's not going to be able to bust Violet anymore, he's going to go up to 4 bases. But he could have done this, and this is not exaggerating, 5 minutes ago, because he had the money for that. He had 1,500 minerals during that entire fight, during the push, during the follow-up fight. He had money all along.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, like there are 18 Broodlords right now. How quick did that go? That's a
pretty ridiculous Zerg army, man. And there's only 12 Stalkers out. 12 Stalkers in the open will not kill 18 Broodlords. No.
Those 18 Broodlords can like drink a cup of tea, go to the mall, go for inboard snowboard lessons by Sean White, come back and still kill these Stalkers.
Snowboard lessons?
Yeah. You know, you can go to inboard.
I feel like a Broodlord would be pretty cool, like going down a mountain. Like he's so big, you could like ride on his back. I think it's a good idea. Broodlords are going to push forward onto the 4th base here, and we do see Alicia coming up with the Stalkers that he has. It's now 26 Stalkers, but that is still not enough. Broodlords and Broodlings making short work of everything, reinforcing Zerglings streaming in, and the last of Alicia's units going to melt away. GG gets called. The Season 3 runner-up taps out to the Season 4 Superstar, still unbeaten in the North American Star League. Azubu Violet is now 9-0.
Our second Zerg is going to make it to the NASL Season 4 offline finals, and Ben, I don't think we can say anything else than convincingly. He just played better than Alicia
There
in this
was
series.
no question at any point in the game.
I do feel that this first game is sort of like a heartbreaking defeat. Like often when you have such a nail-biting first game, that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the series. If Alicia would have won that first game, might have been a completely different series. Because you have something to hold on to, you win a game, you feel good. You might just play different. If you win game 1 that close, I mean, we saw it with Nurcho versus Scarlet, that game on Daybreak. It's like, okay, the winner of this game is going to win this series.
Yeah, it's kind of a crushing sort of a feeling. Andre, you're kind of shaking your head over there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Alicia, the NASL Season 3 runner-up, gets worked in the playoffs, like absolutely decimated in all 3 of those games. The last game, I felt like Alicia did have a nice timing. There was a gigantic gaping window where, you know, Broodlord is coming on the way. He doesn't really tech up to Roaches, so Archons are a little bit more powerful. Colossus are a lot more powerful, and he just botches the attack. The Fungals, he got probably 5 Fungals that, as you said, stopped the Zealots from actually charging on through. And you have to look at it in terms of damage. That's like maybe 1,000 points of damage that you just mitigated by stopping those Zealots for 10 seconds.
Damage that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the Spinecrawlers going down. That's the Infested Terrans being popped down instead of something like more Fungals. And then you can micro that. It's manageable. You back up, you let your Colossus just deal the damage, and then you go from there. But attacking from one single angle, you have to have a pylon on that low ground to try to flank things. You have to spread out your army. And, you know, when you don't do that, players like Violet will take advantage of you.
What I would also like to add is that something that I like to see, what I like to see, we see a lot these days, is that Zerg players, they almost overproduce Corruptors. Like, you can see this very well in this fight. Look how many Corruptors he has. Like, how often did we see Zerg players?
Look at that camera work. Is that Adibisi doing the observing?
Actually, man, I think it's me. I mean, look how quick those first 2 Colossus died, and look how quick that last remaining Colossus died. And the moment the Colossus dies, suddenly Infested, they are not going to die all that quick. Infested Terrans become the scariest thing out there, and even in the reinforcing Zerglings, they create a really big problem.
Yeah.
If in that situation he only has 5 or 6 Corruptors, we might see a blink. He might kill 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus survive. It's going to be a completely different fight. With like 10 Corruptors, Colossus just melt. And it's so much better. Like Zerg should never underproduce Corruptors.
Even though Spinecrawlers stayed alive a lot longer than they should have.
And this is why that other push we've been talking about is so incredibly scary. Because, okay, either they overmake Corruptors and they die to like the Colossus or like the Blinkstalkers, Archon and Immortal, or they don't make enough Corruptors and the Colossus survive. But if you make this push, as soon as your Colossus dies, it's just so hard to pull it off.
I'm so impressed with just the level of dominance out of Violet. 3-0, man, against one of the better Protoss players in the world. Guys, that last game was brought to you guys by iBuyPower PCs. They are the PCs that power the North American Star League, and you can get your high-performance gaming PC or notebook at iBuyPower.com. Short break. Our third series of the day. I know it's a very anticipated one for EG and Muslim fans everywhere. Benjamin Baker versus Sin, because if I said his name, it would just sound terrible, and people would accuse me of being
racist.
Yeah. But Sin and Muslim, they're going to play. Don't go anywhere.